So today I'm going to show you how I created this t-shirt. How I started was by entering white t-shirt onto Google. So I clicked this and then afterwards I'm trying to find a white t-shirt. So which one should I pick? Yeah, this one. So I save this image, just save, click save onto the desktop, white t-shirt. And then it is saved. So I've already picked a picture of my wolf, which is already saved on my desktop, which I found on Tumblr, which I'm also going to explain in my post. So I enter Photoshop like you see, and then I am now opening the wolf picture so I can make it a bit bigger. So I need the magic eraser tool so that I can erase the background. This. There we go. And now I go back to click, and then I need to open the new file. So open file for the white t-shirt. So I go find it on my desktop, open, and now I need to drag it out so that I can put that and layer it onto the wolf. So I just drag it out like this. And then I have the wolf there, and I click on this and drag the layer over, and now I have the wolf and can layer it perfectly onto the t-shirt like this. So I say show transformation tool so that I can really work with it a bit. I'm just gonna save this first. So now I can just work with whatever I want and make the wolf less. So what I'm gonna do first is over here, I'm gonna layer it so that it is layered a bit less, so that, or layered onto the t-shirt so that it looks, it just looks better with the t-shirt. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for 77, that looks good. So I can just place it wherever I want to. And now what I need to do is I can use this tool, the eraser tool again, to click around the parts that I don't want. So I'm gonna take this bit away here because I don't think it works really well with the t-shirt. And then here up by the ears as well, I should take some away. So I'm taking all the small dots away now around the wolf. There we go. And just a bit here on the top. And this small part here as well. It's important to do all of this very precisely so that it doesn't look too Photoshop and it looks really real, so that people would actually also want to buy this merch. So I think I'm going to leave this part on the side. Clicking a bit more to remove some of the dots around, and yeah, so now what I'll do is that I want to write something on my t-shirt, so I go to a web page that's called thefont.com, and I can figure out which font I want. So I'm gonna go into typewriter just because I found a mom's typewriter font, this one, a few weeks back, and Bronnie also used it for our digipack, so I think this one would be suitable. So now I'm writing in the words that I want exactly. So the words that I want on the t-shirt is "you can throw me to the wolves." So I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller so that I have it here. Instead of actually downloading the font, I'm just screenshotting this because it's just faster in my opinion, but you can also always download the font and use it that way. So now I need to select file, so open again, and now I need to find that screenshot, last two, so that's this one. So I need to use my magic eraser tool once more. this. So I click on the background so that it goes away. And now I need to zoom in a bit just so I can see it more properly. So I'm gonna zoom in. Oop, now turn it a bit smaller. I can make it bigger. So just make it a bit bigger. There we go. So I'm now gonna use my magic eraser tool again to also erase in between the letters. So this wasn't erased yet, and the H neither. Also the O and the E a bit as well. So the last E I still need to do. And yeah, no, the S as well. Then once you've done this, you go back to clicking on the mouse, and you need to drag this out as well, like this. And then, of course, drag it over so you can layer it onto the t-shirt. There we go. So now I need to do the same with the other font. So I'm just gonna take this away. I don't need it anymore. And then File, Open, and then find the other screenshot of the other font part. So I just did it in 2 separate screenshots, so I would be able to layer it in 2 different ways, or write it out and have it written out in 2 different ways. So I can just do this without zooming in as well. That works too. It's just if you want to be a bit more precise, you need to zoom more in. So there we go. I think that's it. So mouse clicking, drag it out, and then I need to drag it back over and down so that I have it like that. Now I'm gonna place this on 2 different levels because I think it will look good rather than just one line. So I need to click between the 2 different layers because I obviously have 2 different shots of these 2. So I need to click on the 2 different layers between these 2 while doing it. And that's the only disadvantage of it, is that I need to click. So I'm gonna layer this now a bit less so you can't see it as much. I might do it on 77 again, or a bit more or less. Let's try this, looks good. So now I need to go on to the other layer, and it's easier if I definitely want 77, I can just type it in rather than having to drag it across. So now it's both 77. There we go. So now what I need to do is that my t-shirt is nearly done, but I really want something on the sticker as well, so that I take our logo. Again, I need to drag it out, and I need my eraser tool. So I'm just gonna erase this around it. And then I have the layer, so I drag it over, have it on the t-shirt. So save, and then I make it a lot smaller. Whoop. And this doesn't work. Yeah, now it did. So now I drag it up, and then I make it a lot smaller until it actually fits the label from the t-shirt. So apply. No, don't apply. Apply, sorry. Yeah. Then now I can zoom in, and I can layer it onto how I want. So obviously I'm gonna make it a bit smaller and drag it out like this, just because then it fits better. You can play around with this tool if you need it in a different position. That will work. So I'm gonna make it a bit smaller even. It needs to be a bit bigger. So that when you see it from a distance, you won't be able to see the label. You will only be able to see that it says Bring Me the Horizon, which is the logo that we created for it. So Yep. Now I'm just gonna apply this. Then I need my eraser tool again, so I can take this white away that was on the side. And a bit on top I'm gonna take away as well. Looks better like this. So you can do this the way you want to. You can also layer it around the whole way, or just erase it around the whole way, sorry, but I'm gonna do it like this so it actually looks like a real label. Right. Now you can click the mouse or click zoom out. So zoom out, click it, and there we go. That's the finalized version of my t-shirt.